Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the nephew of former President John F. Kennedy, becoming the second Democrat to throw his hat in the ring for president in 2024.
It comes as new Fox News polling shows President Biden's approval rating falling to near record lows among women, suburban and rural voters ahead of his expected re-election bid.
Grace Curley is a host of The Grace Curley Show. She joins us now. Grace, what do you make of this announcement?
Well, I'm not surprised. I think there's a real opening here, especially like you just mentioned, when you look at those approval numbers, because as divided as we are as a country in a lot of fronts, I think when you see polls like this, you realize that on the key issues, foreign policy, national security, a lot of us still agree, and we're not happy with the job that Joe Biden's doing. We're not happy with the way he's handling things. And I think another factor that plays in here for candidates who are starting to throw their hats in the ring is that for the president, a big part of the job, even if you can't fix the problems, which I think he's in part responsible for creating a lot of these problems, but even if you feel you can't fix the problem, it's showing the American people that you care about the problems, that you understand how they're feeling. And we're not getting that from Joe Biden. He laughs, he brushes things off. He's not the empathizer in chief that he was billed as. So I think for a lot of these candidates, they're seeing this opening where they could maybe appear more compassionate, more likable, and they're probably going to take it.
Any shock to you that the media is already trying to villainize him as an anti-vaxxer, even with Forbes declaring that he stands little chance? Grace, when I hear anti-vax, all I think is, oh, okay, they're going to give you the right to choose if you want it or not.
Yeah, none of this surprises me as far as demonizing these candidates. We saw it with Marianne Williamson. She put her hat in the ring, and then a hit piece came out shortly thereafter that she's an evil boss, that she's very mean. So these are the kinds of things that happen in politics no matter what, but especially when you have a media and a Democrat Party that is so hell-bent on making sure that Joe Biden is the only person in the ring and does end up winning that presidency.
As a Boston gal, you sure well know that the Kennedys used to be the Democrats, and boy, how that has changed. Meantime, before we let you go, I want to get your thoughts on this. After former President Trump's arrest earlier this week, House Oversight Chair James Comer says President Biden may be up next. Listen.
I had two calls yesterday, one from a county attorney in Kentucky and one from a county attorney in Tennessee. They want to know if there are ways they can go after the Bidens now. And they've opened up a can of worms. They've set precedents now that we can't go back on.
I mean, Grace, how scared should the Bidens be now that DA Alvin Bragg has opened up a Pandora's box of presidential prosecutions?
This is funny because I've been talking to a lot of my listeners about this, and a lot of people said, oh, Grace, you keep saying this opens up Pandora's box and the new rules are being set, but Republicans never actually do it. Republicans never actually play ball with the new rules. And this is showing me that actually this could be a very dangerous road that we're about to go down, and that maybe Republicans are starting to have a backbone and they are going to fight back. And when it comes to Joe Biden, when it comes to the Biden family, as Comer has been showing time and time again, and he's doing an excellent job with that oversight committee, there's plenty of material there to dig into.
You betcha. Vice President Biden traveled to Ukraine to push fracking and energy production back in 2014, just 3 days after Hunter joined the board of Burisma.
Timely.
That's interesting. Grace, thanks so much. Have a great holiday weekend.
Thanks, Grace.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.